Conservation Corner on Market Journal is supported by the Nebraska Corn Board.
First today, let's begin here. Over the last 10 years, developments in sensor technologies and fertilizer application systems have seen steady improvements. We had the opportunity to find out more about adopting this technology with Nebraska Extension educator Joe Luck at last week's Eastern Nebraska Corn and Soybean Expo. Market Journal's Bill Dodd is standing by with more.
At this year's Eastern Nebraska Corn and Soybean Expo, corn producers were given some very good reasons why Nebraska Extension is recommending that producers adopt more sensor-based in-season nitrogen management systems. Nebraska Extension Precision Ag Specialist Joe Luck tells us over the last decade, researchers have been seeing more reasons than ever to adopt these strategies.
We're out here today really talking about some of our new recommendations for nitrogen management and irrigated corn. A couple of the big takeaways is we believe that by using in-season management practices for nitrogen and thinking about after V8, particularly when we couple those with sensor-based technologies, so using the plants to tell us when we need to respond to nitrogen needs, we can make huge gains in terms of nitrogen use efficiency while maintaining profitability. We're really focused on the irrigated portion now because we know irrigation gives us an opportunity to respond to that main factor of crop need in terms of water. We also know that we have a good handle on what crop uptake looks like in terms of nitrogen in the corn plant. So we also have this knowledge that our highest nitrate levels in the groundwater are also corresponding to irrigated acres. So those are some of the reasons why, and based on the data we've collected, we can really use these sensor-based technologies when we go in season to respond to that crop need for nitrogen when it occurs, and we're not just front-loading the system with a bunch of nitrogen, hoping that it's going to be there when the plant needs it. And again, we've seen using these techniques just really, really impressive nitrogen use efficiency factors, coupled with no significant changes in yield, and really finally leaving very minimal amounts of residual nitrate in the root zone that's going to be less susceptible to those losses over the winter and early spring.
Moving to adopt sensor-based nitrogen management systems will ultimately save producers time and money. Furthermore, this technology could help end and possibly lower nitrate level leaching in our state's groundwater.
Nitrogen management, really coupled with water management, are the two main drivers. We've got a lot of places in Nebraska with really high well water nitrates, and again, it's a combination of a past and decades possibly of water management, maybe overwatering and then overuse of nitrogen. And again, we feel like based on the last 10 years of data that we've collected, if we can move to these recommended approaches, we're seeing, again, really good profitability, and we're seeing levels in that residual nitrates that are hopefully going to be enough that may help us correct this problem over time. And that's one thing to really get excited about. If we go in season, and what I usually tell people is we're talking in season, it's going to be that V8 growth stage or later. Typically R2 is when we've seen no more need for nitrogen after that. So, but critically that V8 to V12, that's right at the beginning of that rapid uptake period in corn plants. So I either need a high clearance machine likely, or I'm going to put that on through the pivot as fertigation. So in the case of the latter example, we just need some type of fertigation pump, and those pumps could be very minimal in cost. I think some people can get those as cheap as $1,500, $2,000. You can get one that's telemetry connected with flow sensing on it, probably $10,000. But still, when you think about the high clearance equipment where, even a used machine is going to be a couple $100,000 or more, you think about the sensor technology that could go on that system's probably $15,000. We're seeing some offering of a sensor-based system that could inform the fertigation for as little as $8 or $9 an acre. So there is going to be some change there, but over time, again, if we're able to manage at these levels with improved profitability, there's a huge opportunity there for people to make a long-term profit.
With fertilizer costs continuing to rise and nitrate leaching reaching concerning levels around the state, adopting in-season sensor-based nitrogen management is our best option to reduce our impact on the environment, as well as the pocketbooks of our producers. Reporting for Market Journal, I'm Bill Dodd.